Welcome back, everybody. This is the Step Next channel, and I am Professor Lego. And what do we got today? What we have today here is Mario. Come on, Mario, you can't beat Mario. If you think of video games, who is the first character that comes to your mind? Mario. So I figured I'll build Mario. I've seen a couple of these on the internet. I didn't really like the color scheme all that well, so I did my own color scheme. If you like the color scheme, leave a comment. If you don't like the color scheme, tell me which way you think it's better. So the color scheme I went with was the red overalls, blue shirt, blue shoes, red hats, yellow skin. I know that's a little finicky. A lot of people will debate that one. Black mustache, eyes, and hair. Now, I've seen a lot where this is blue, and you can do that if you want. If you're building this at home and you only have blue parts that will fit in here, go right ahead and build it with blue. I built this one first with all blue and no black. It looked okay, honestly. But when I was doing this one and there was a transition between this blue of his arm and the black of his mustache, when it was all blue, it just kind of meshed together a little too much. So I switched it over to the black scheme. And I think it looks really good. Now I have this, double white piece. You could do a double clear piece over here just to hold up the foot so that you can see it. If I lay it down, you can see it a little bit better probably. So there you go. So there's the two Marios. And it depends on the way you want to have it. You could put it here, or you could put it up higher, as if he's jumping, right? Bloom, bloom, bloom. Bling, bling, bling. You could do that. So that's what we have for the Marios. So now let's look in more detail here. So we have, let's start with this one first. So we have so what we have is blue boots, red overalls, yellow buttons. Now you can change that out with whites, you could change that out with something else, but I kind of like keeping with a 4-color scheme. It kind of allows you to feel like it's more of that 8-bit. Blue shirt and yellow hands, yellow face, black eyes, black mustache, black hair, the ears popping out on the back there, and then a red hat. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to build it. So let's put him aside. Let's look at the boots first. So the boots that we have are simple. It's a 2x4 block, followed up on top with a 2x3 block. And you can see that on the side. Then his overalls are kind of in the reverse pattern of that. Okay, so the reverse pattern of that is 2x4 blocks on the top, 2x3 blocks on the bottom. You put them together, you put the shoes a little apart from each other, just like that. Following the overalls up, we have a 2x6 brick. Put that in the middle. Then 2x1s on the sides, because it's going up again. Then two 2x1 yellows in the middle. Those are the buttons. Finish it off with a 2x2 brick in the middle. Then what we have is a 2x4 brick right there. Then 2x1s. This is where the overall part comes into play. Now this is the tricky part. And this, so far, it kind of looks like an A shape. This one 2x1 only goes right there. There is no other 2x1 red here. It's actually a blue. I don't know why that is the case. It just is the case. Now, let's switch over to his hands. Okay, so the hands, as you can see, are too wide, but what they are is they're 2x2 on the top, 2x3 next, and a 2x2 on the bottom. So we put that on the bottom, put that on top, and the inverse of it is on the other side, okay? So those go here. Now we have a 2x1 brick. Now, as you can see, what I'm using is actually a great piece. Now, I put this in on purpose. I have a couple more blues that I could replace it with, but I wanted to show you this, that if you have a particular one that doesn't follow the traditional pattern of 2x1, you can use it. As long as the side doesn't have the pattern, you can definitely use it. So I'm gonna put them right here. I think they go right there, okay? So you put the hands on the hips. Now, to follow up with the rest of the shirt, we have these bricks. So I'll separate them out and do one by one. So over the hands are 2x4s. They go over the hands just like that. Then on the back is a 2x3. In the middle is a 2x2. And on the right hand side, the arm is more closely in. That way the chin can overlap a little more. Now, on the back, above this arm is a 2x2. And above the collar and above the overalls is a 2x3. So we put that right there. Now, do you see how that works out? So this slopes a little more aggressively and this is a little less aggressive slope, but it looks pretty good, I think. So now we have the head. The head's gonna go right there, and you can see the chin is gonna overlap. But let's build the head independently. Let's take the hat off first, put that up there. Now, let's separate this out. So the bottom and the chin is a 2x4 and a 2x3. Put those together, you have a 2x7. Okay, next row is a 2x4 brick, a 2x4 brick yellow, and a 2x2 black. This is actually gonna overhang by one. This is gonna go back here, and then we have this hanging out behind it, okay? Now, next layer is his nose, and his nose starts off hanging over his mustache, sticking out there. Then the top lip of his mustache is a 2x1. Then it's a 2x3 yellow and followed by a 2x2 black. Goes right there. That's kind of his sideburn. Then followed by a 2x1 yellow and a 2x1 black stacked up there. So there's the beginning of his ear. So now we got to do his nose some more. That's a 2x3 brick. Goes right there on top of his mustache. Then the beginning of his eye, the bottom of his eye is a 2x1 brick. Followed up by a 2x3 yellow. That goes right there. Then, this is where it gets tricky, where there's three 2x1s in this order. A 2x1 black, 2x1 yellow, 2x1 black. And they go right here. They kind of follow the pattern of before. So that's the sideburn, ear, and back hair. Now we got to do the top of his head. So we start with a 2x1 yellow. It's going to go right there. His eye is going to continue up higher, so that's a 2x1. Then followed by a 2x2 yellow. Again, these are old pieces. They're probably older than I am, honestly. These are original sets from the late 70s and early 80s. So here's a 2x3 brick that goes right there, okay? Now this face, so now we got to put a hat on him. The hat goes as follows. It's a 2x4 brick, a 2x3 brick, and a 2x2 brick. So that goes together. and attaches there. And you need the 2x4 in the front because it's going to overhang by 2. You could do it with the 2x3, but I think the 2x4 works the best. Then the top has to be 5 wide. This is a 2x5 broken up into a 2x3 and a 2x2. You could do a 2x4 and a 2x1, but this is the way I'm doing it. There we go. So there's the hat with the face with a hat. And as you can see, this other Mario's face and hat matches perfectly. I just want to show you that because I won't show you how to do the hat and the face on the next one, okay? So there we go. So let's give that head a body. That comes on and it goes right here. Like I said, the color scheme that I picked was red overalls, red hat. Now I've seen multiple different versions of the color scheme. I've seen red overalls, brown on the face. I've seen blue overalls, brown shoes, brown face, brown mustache I mean, and black eyes, and a red hat and red shirt. So there's a lot of different variations that I've seen. Red, browns, blues, blue overalls, red shirt, red hat. There's a black, I've seen red with black shirt, black eyes, and red hat. Seen all these different combinations. I like this particular combination the best. It's my favorite combination of colors. I think it makes the Mario stand out a little more. I like this particular color combination because I think the black stands out against the yellow really well, and the blue shirt and the blue shoes in contradiction to the red overalls and the red hat. I think that's probably the best combination I find. Now, I've seen the older Marios have red shirts. So if you want to do that, switch up the colors, make the red shirt, blue overalls. That's more of a plumber style. I just like this arrangement a little bit better. I think it pulls me back to the old days of the original Mario, where it was more of a red with the brown. So do whatever color scheme you think is the best. That's just my particular favorite version. And I've given you the instructions on how to build this. Now what colors you use for which item, that's up to you, right? You can build it whatever colors you want it to be. I just find this to be my favorite color scheme. So there you go. There's that. And now we have this version. Okay. So now we have this version. Now, this version here, I have this, and I was like, okay, I got some more pieces. Let me see if I can build the jumping version. So now we have the jumping version as well. And at the end of this, what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to have it where there's an animation. You know, this piece, and then I put this piece in, and take this guy out. Bloop. Like that, maybe. And then have this guy down here. Right like that. And maybe I'll make a little animation. Boom, boom, boom. Blink. Right? And pull this one back. So you can make a little animation out of that. I mean, how much better can that be? So let's look at this one here. Okay? So this one, like I said, the face is the same, so I'm gonna remove the face and the hands for now. This one is a little trickier, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this trick first. I'm gonna show you the trick that is, how do I do the foot? Because the foot here is kind of sitting out by itself. If I didn't attach it, it would just be sitting there, okay? And now I could just remove it. Well, that's not something I wanted. So in the back here, as you can see, it is straight pieces. Okay, it's a 1x6 straight piece, 1 and 2, and over here, these are just facades. So these are only, this is a 2x1, that's a 1x1, or 1 brick, and then these are just faces. They're 2x1 faces, followed up by bricks on the bottom. So I'm gonna walk you through that so that you guys can have an idea of how to build this so the foot doesn't just fall off. Now, as you can see, there's certain camera angles that allow you to see the back, right? And if you turn this over, it doesn't look correct. So that's not very good. But, you know, when you put it with this, and now you can stand it up, you know, it looks really good, I think. Now again, the back is bad, but he always jumped in this direction. That's how I always remember him. Walking across, bloop, then walking over. I mean, that's what, you know, you hit that coin box right there. I mean, that's how you do it. So now, can't beat that. So now we'll go step by step on this one, okay? So let's break it down. First layer, 2x2 brick. Second layer. And I might actually need more help on this. So that's a 2x2 brick. It goes underneath the 2x3. Then I need a 2x6. Best way for me to do a 2x6, well, I actually have a 2x6. I'll replace that. So now I have a 2x6 on the bottom. Above that and one over is a 2x3 brick. Now this is where it kind of gets a little tricky, and this is up to your own version here. So I need this is the combo that I have here. So I have a 2x4 brick, put there, 2x3 brick there, 2x2, and a 2x2. So there we go, that's the line. So above that, we have a 2x1 kind of hanging out there, followed by a 2x1 red. And this is how it gets a little tricky. Followed by a 2x1 yellow. That's my button. Now, this is how it gets really tricky. I have a 1x1. It could be of any color. It's gonna hide behind there to give structural support. A 2x1 red goes there. Now, so I have a 1x6 blue. Again, it has to be blue because on the end it needs to be blue. So now I'm putting that right there. You can see the pattern right there. Now what's left is in the front is a 5. So what do I do with the 5? Well, I gotta use this on the blue. That's a 2x1 on the blue. And I have a particular piece which is a 1x3 block that's red. Now if you don't have that, you can definitely use a 2x1 and a 1x1. Okay. So now let's build up from there. Let's put another back piece because this is where it's still tricky. It's another 1x6 blue piece. Now you could do a 1x4 and try to get away with that. You probably could do that. This is a 2x1 blue. I'm trying to give you a little bit of an angle here so you can see how it's going down. Followed up by a 1x2 on the top and a 1x1 yellow. So you can see that now. Okay. So next I have a 1x4 red. And in the back, I needed a 3x, so I used any random color, but that's a 1x3 yellow. This is where it gets tricky. This is a 2x4 blue brick, and this goes right here, followed up by that. So that's a 2x3 yellow. It's gonna go there. Above that is a 2x2 yellow, a little older version of that. Then a 2x2. That's how I have it. And then a 2x3. Okay. Then the overalls come up just one. There you go. Followed up by a 2x3 blue. And then over top of that 2x1 is another 2x1. Well, actually that was a 1x1. Now on the tip of the shoe, you have a 2x2 followed up on top by a 2x1, and that is the top of the shoe. Kind of kicks up a little bit, doesn't it? So here's the next row. So I start off with a 2x4 brick that goes above there. Nothing above the hand this time. A 2x1 red. A 2x3 blue. 2x1 red. And a 2x2 blue. Overhangs a little bit. Okay? Now, this is the Now I showed you how to do the face the last time, and also the hat, okay? Now, I'm not gonna show you that again. Now I'm not gonna show you that again, so go back in time if you need to see this again, and also the hat. Now I'm separating the two because the next steps are a little trickier, and they have to integrate with the face. So up here, over this 2x2 is a 2x2 and then a 2x1. Then you can put the face down and it's actually touching that sleeve part. So now there's the face. Now before you put the hat on, you have to put more of the sleeve on. That's a 2x1, 2x2, and 2x3. And we put that right here. There's a gap, a small gap there between the face and the sleeve. And then the hat goes on right above the back of the hair. You can see right above the back of the hair, and it overhangs the sleeve. Now the hand is a 2x3 with a 2x2 underneath, and that goes right above the hat. And now you have the Mario, the jumping Mario. Bing, 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 bing. So there you go. You got the jumping Mario. So now you have the ability to make animations. You have the jumping Mario and you have the regular Mario, the standing Mario. I don't have the running Mario. There's another version with them kicking up dust kind of thing. Okay, so that was the making of Mario and jumping Mario. And if you like this, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want us to see something else that we might be able to build, leave a comment or a suggestion down below and we'll give a try to make it, whether it be Sonic or something else. I really enjoyed making these. You can do a lot of different things with 2D art. You can make animations from it. You can do slight modifications and make it look like this guy's moving. There he goes, there's the hand moving. There's all kinds of different things that you can do with these 2D art figurines. If you don't like the color scheme, leave a comment as well. I'd like to hear what you think of this particular color scheme. I like it. I know it's not probably the traditional Mario that you're expecting, but I like this color scheme. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
We do here is go back.